One of the things that we really want people in Morinville to know is that as a business, we're not leaving the community. So Frontier Honda needed to leave the community not because of our exclusive choice, it was a requirement of Honda Canada. Honda Canada, it's funny because in the late 80s, or the early 80s, Honda had this mindset they wanted to expand their rural presence. So we moved to Morinville. Now in 2015, they want to expand their metro presence. So we've moved to St. Albert. We've moved that dealership to St. Albert, renamed it as St. Albert Honda, destination related. More importantly, locally, RV City is expanding. We're moving on to the site that was formerly Frontier Honda. We're going to remodel that building and repurpose the building to provide additional service opportunities for RV City. We're actually going to move our detailing structure, which is currently in the middle sales building, over to the former Frontier Honda and expand our service capability in the middle building as well as increase our showroom space. Frontier Honda, formerly having been a car dealership, obviously has a very nice showroom, so we're going to use part of that showroom for our ancillary business called JLS Designs. Interestingly enough, some of those parts of the season, we think, okay, we're going to use our fold downs in June, July, August, but we start shopping for them in January, February, and it's pretty hard to set up a tent trailer in the winter. Minus 40, setting up a tent trailer is a little bit uncomfortable, and not to mention the canvas seems to have a little bit of a problem. But so we're really excited about having increased showroom space as a function of that. Some of the things associated with our expansion plan and remodeling look, I'd like to modernize the look of RV City. One of the things that's interesting, and I don't know whether it's just my own mindset or whether it's just our no disrespect to Morinville. My family grew up here. We raised our family here, myself and my wife Jean. She's a co-owner. We're a very small town, and we want to keep that same energy. So people are always blown away when they come in the door and go, "Whoa, this is pretty big." When they come up to the door, it's very unassuming. We don't, it's not Taj Mahal, whatever else, but we want our facilities to be crisp, tight, and clean, and we're definitely in need of a bit of a facelift. Jokingly, a little lipstick and rouge, but I'd like to get the facilities back to the level, this building in particular, our middle sales building, this was built in 1979. Now, we've done significant amount of renovations to it, mostly in the inside. So it's time to spend some energy on the exterior and getting things looking sharp. It's a Butler building, so there's not a lot you can do with it, but we can certainly, I'd like to tie in all of the look. You notice coming up Highway 2, you see the red roof of RV City. When we had to replace the roof, we chose to go with metal, and we elected to go with red because RV City's colors are red. I think it just stands out and that kind of thing, so I thought that would be a really great idea. And so we went with the red roof, but we still have the black hat on this middle building. So we're going to change that to red. And then with the former Honda store, we're going to completely reface that. Change the whole Honda thing, the whole facade, that entire front end comes right off the building. I'm expecting by the end of October that we'll have a very different looking business park. That is phase 1 of the expansion for RV City. Phase 2 comes back inside to this middle building. Phase 3 is another one. So phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Phase 1 is now. Phase 2 and 3 are further reaching in terms of longer term investments back into the community as we expand. And it really depends on what, that does depend on economic climates in terms of what's happening, where we can get a comfort zone in terms of seeing some trending. And it also depends on what some of our manufacturers do, in this case, Jayco. So we're negotiating with them to have a larger presence market share wise. We were able to get exclusivity as we're exclusive Jayco, but there's currently other Jayco dealers in the market. But when it comes to Jayco Motorized, they're not. So in Jayco Motorized, there's ourselves, there's a dealer in Grand Prairie, there's a dealer in Calgary. So it makes it a lot larger territory, which in turn gives us the ability to stock more products and have a substantially vaster selection for the consumer. Nobody wants to go to any store that has one. They've got 100 of something else and they've got the one you want to look at. Well, maybe you just don't want that one today. You want to look at what other ones are. That may be the one you wanted, but it's sure nice to see what your other choices were and say, well, maybe that location or that floor plan or whatever it is, whether you're buying a tractor or whether you're buying an RV or whether you're just coming to look and see what other new ideas are so you can remodel yours. That kind of thing. So we're very excited to be able to have a significantly larger selection of that product. but only possible with expanding this store. RV City's landlocked. I mean, the business park, when they moved, we were doing a history video for our company, and a lot of our staff wouldn't necessarily know that we had started, my father and my uncle founded the business in 1968 in St. Albert and as gas stations, and they moved into a tire and auto and so on and so forth through the years. Well, as you start looking at that expansion, the business park at the time in the early, quite obviously late 70s, early 80s was a field. So, I've got a picture of my mom standing by a 1980 Honda Civic beside a fire hydrant, and that's it. So, as the Morinville Business Park has expanded and grown, it's grown around us, and so we've become landlocked. So the reason not to sell the Honda store independently, everybody would like the cash injection, but I don't think that's the right thing long term for the business, and super excited to expand the RV City portfolio.